The question essentially that in the end, what my clients are asking is, what does this mean to me? How does it look? How does it feel? Because after all, I've never lived through a depression. Recessions, yes, but a depression, no. I mean, what does it actually look like? What does it feel like? And that may be an evolving question. Today, things may seem great because you may be the owner of the firm, or you may be still at work. And or it's possible you may not have seen yet that much of an adjustment in your pay. Perhaps you've gotten some of the monies that went out from the Fed. Okay, but what happens to you, just like everyone else, when that stuff's gone? You'll be in the same boat. I think some people, many people, will suffer significant lifestyle changes. I believe the psychological fallout from COVID will be more deleterious than the actual disease, COVID. Why? Because people are losing their minds. I mean, it's great to have a job one day, and it feels miserable, like you want to commit suicide the next day when you don't have that big six-figure paying job, or the six-figure jobs become a two-figure job. I mean, it's not the same. It's hard for you to say what it's going to feel like if you've never actually lived through such a thing. But you too will be affected. Everybody will be affected by COVID. Something on my tongue is killing me. So what does it feel like, and what will it look like to you? I don't know. But what it means is you have to be on guard. And I tell people too, I say, you better hang on to every penny like Lincoln is screaming off that one penny. Why? Because a penny won't be worth a dollar. I mean, money will have a worthless value. I won't say worthless. Money will be worth less. How about if we put it that way, right? Again, we'll use the toilet paper example. We have one has value. If there's 10 trillion of them, doesn't have very much value, right? That's why you'll see prices rise, prices change, right? So it will cost more of the money that you don't have to go and get the things that you need on an everyday basis. And again, since you're not used to it, and since we're not feeling the full brunt of it yet, we can't know how we'll actually react. It's kind of like this. Most people don't practice fire drills in their household. We don't have very many fires relative to the other types of accidents and things that go on in the world. But when a family has been through a fire, they have a zillion ideas on what you ought to do in order to get prepared. Neither could they have been able to understand or articulate to their family what things should have been put in place prior to the fire breaking out in their house. Exit this door, go out this window. It's a whole lot different to react during the fire. You're up in an apartment in a high rise. How do you just jump out of the window? Oh, by the way, the windows are hella hot in the fire, right? Like you don't want to touch those things. Or when you touch them, you get burned and the fire's on its way. So how do we get out? I mean, I think you freeze up from even thinking about, why don't we grab the pillow and the blanket on the bed and throw it around us and jump out the window, right? But you don't think straight in those times of panic. I think depression would set in a very similar fashion. It'll grip us so fast, most of us won't know how to react. One day, you're making a wage. The next day, you're in line waiting to get fed, hoping that someone cares enough about you to feed you. We don't know what that's going to look like. We do know it's going to be strikingly painful for most.